Welcome to Q Systems demonstration and Q&A. I am Sagar Nandi. I used to work in information technology. Now I have retired. I am living in Thailand, swing trading stocks using the Q systems and techniques that I will demonstrate today. You may watch these and other trading related videos on my YouTube channel, Trading Profitably, and contact me using my email ID tradingprofitably@gmail.com. I regularly share live stock analysis on my forum sagarnandi.com and also Twitter page Sagarnandi. All these resources are open to the public and you are most welcome to make use of them. Disclaimer: this demonstration is for educational purposes only. It is designed to share information on the trading systems and techniques I use. The information presented here should only be used by the people who are aware of the risk inherent in trading. Past performance is no guarantee of future return. I am not an investment advisor. This session is not for any recommendation of buying or selling stock or any other instrument. I will have no liability for any investment decision made by the audience. This session is not for live market recap, but it is more to demonstrate how the Q systems were designed. Different people may use it differently, but I will highlight the design thoughts and the latest updates on them. For technical analysis and charting, for this demonstration, I am going to use Q Global. For scanning, I may run Q Finder. Today's session will be primarily geared towards Q Edge for sector industry rotation analysis and Q Vital for stock fundamental and peer analysis. I'll explain how you may use them individually and also how they are linked together. I will also demonstrate how you may link Q Global with Edge and Vital. If you know that, then you also know how to link between Q Index to Q Vital, for example, or Q Index to Q Global. That was the last slide. Let me start with the live systems. First, I will explain how I have set a few things up. I like to have a place from where I can open all the applications. Now these applications are based on different underlying platforms. It was not easy to find a single place. However, if you are using Metastock, then Metastock allows you to include not only Metastock templates, Q Global templates in the menu bar, you can also include other applications. Here I have included even TradeStation, Icon, Q Index, Q Edge, Q Vital, Q Finder, and Q Diary. And of course, the Q Global chart templates will come once I open any chart. If I click this to open a chart, you will see a series of new icons have come. These are all the Q chart templates that I use. Another way to pin the Q Zenith based applications is to drag and drop them into the menu bar, and then it will prompt you whether you want to pin the programs, and if you say yes, they will be pinned. Here I have pinned again the same programs in the proper sequence: Q Index for market level analysis, index analysis, and then Q Edge, Q Vital, Q Finder, Q Diary. Yes, sure. I will go through the icons and how you can use them to transfer control from one of the Zenith-based applications to another. Sure, Jeffrey. I have already opened QEdge and QVital. Let me open QFinder from the Metastock application. You can see when I click the Metastock application toolbar icon for Finder, Finder is open. And for index, let me use the pinned applications in the Windows taskbar and it will open QIndex. Now I have opened all the applications. I have QGlobal running, then QEdge, QVital, QFinder, and QIndex. For Metastock, I want to point out to few usual setups that I use. If I am going to open multiple charts in one go using Metastock, then I tend to choose Smart Chart. Smart Chart will open the charts with default template. My default template is the Q default daily template, which is same as the Q entry template. Difference between using with a template like Q default and Smart Chart is that if you make some drawings on the Smart Chart and close it, the drawings will be saved. I usually don't save anything, so for me Smart Chart and Q default daily template would work in an identical manner. That is the setting I use for template when I am going to open multiple charts in one go. However, if I want to open one chart at a time, then I use the at a glance weekly daily template. I have created multiple variations because sometimes I snap the pictures and paste onto the forum for forum post. Sometimes I eliminate some indicators. That's why I have many more combinations, but you may not need them. But if you want, you can create them also. So those are the two ways I use. Let me set it to Smart Chart for now. For Explore, for all the Q Explorers, we use records to load as 1500. Please don't load minimum records, always use records to load 1500. Those are some of the default settings. Now let me explain how I, to a large extent, redesign the icons and what is an easy way to remember them. Let me start with QEdge because QEdge has maximum number of workspaces views. In the home page of QEdge, this icon is going to take me to sectors. It has multiple sectors like diagram, 3 circles. If I click this, it will take me to sectors. And then we have the pause and the play buttons. Usually what I do, I keep QEdge running in streaming mode. I usually don't put it in pause mode. It is always running in streaming mode. So I click play now. It is going to connect with Refinitiv, get the data, and the status will be updated. Now it is updated. The graph will also be refreshed. These two graphs, not really the lower graph because the lower graph doesn't have today's data. The top graph keeps on changing throughout the day, especially this 0-day percentage here. In the morning, you might have noticed today all the 11 sectors were down, but now 2 sectors are up. Which are up? Healthcare and consumer staples. I keep this edge running to have an idea of how the sectors are moving up and down. Not that my trade is based on that. Trading decision is not based on that minute movements for swing trading, but it gives an idea of how the market is moving intraday. Next is the Insight tab. Insight tab can give me the best and worst performing stocks in different categories. However, they require a lot of calculation. Therefore, to retrieve them, you may click these individual icons. I suggest clicking the individual icons to refresh only one group at a time. Some of the groups take very little time. For example, if I scroll down, look for the best performing stocks of today, it is updated in no time. And the timestamp shows that when it was updated. So this is 11th May, 12:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you can see the other lists are not updated yet. Similarly, the stocks going up with high bullish pressure, that is also updated very fast in 1 or 2 seconds. However, the top 4 categories, best performing growth stocks, worst performing growth stock, best performing undervalued, and worst performing overvalued stocks, they each take about 7 to 8 seconds on my computer. Let me get the best performing undervalued stocks and you will see it takes about 7 to 8 seconds. It has updated the data, we can know from the timestamp. Because it takes 7 to 8 seconds for these 4 top categories, if I click the calculator button, it may take between 30 to 40 seconds in total on my computer. But even if I update all the categories, I am not really interested mostly for shorting stocks, or maybe not interested in the best or worst performing without any qualification. That is why I prefer and I suggest that you update only the category with which you are going to work, do your investigation, and then update the next category. That is how these lists are updated. There is a home button on all the applications. On QEdge, QVital, if I go to stock page, for example, QFinder, no, QFinder doesn't need a home, and QIndex also has a home button. The home button will always take us back to the home page and it will start streaming again if it was paused. For example, if I go to QEdge homepage, now streaming is on. Let me pause it. Now streaming is off. If I go to any of the other pages, every page has a home button. The moment I click it, it takes me to the home page and it switches streaming on so that I can see the latest information. Why it is designed like that? Because when I'm doing an investigation, it is okay to put streaming mode to off. But whenever I want to come back to the home page, it is expected the trader is going to see the sector performance graph in real time. That's why whenever we press home, it takes me to the home page and it switches on streaming again if it was switched off. Now there are some common icons. The cog icon always indicates industry. If you see an icon with people inside it, it relates to peer analysis. Therefore, both of these icons are related to stock peer analysis. The difference is the first one looks for stocks in the same family being industry, whereas the second icon may be used to look for stocks in same industry or same sector or the country or even global PR comparison. That is the difference. Any icon you see with people, that will do kind of peer analysis, but the one which shows up as a family, that is going to show me stocks only in the same industry. And the magnifying glass with people, that is allowing me to do proper peer analysis under different criteria. It can be same industry or sector or country or even global. There is Another color scheme that I have used in the updated version, if you see cyan color button in any of the Q Zenith based tools, Edge, Vital, Index, etc. If you see cyan color icon, it is going to keep us inside that application. Therefore, this is Q Edge. All of these buttons are going to keep me inside Q Edge. On the other hand, if the icons are orange color, they are going to take me outside the application. Therefore, before clicking, I may make sure those applications are open. The chart icon will take me to Q Global on Metastock, and this is going to do peer analysis. However, it is orange color, meaning it is going to go out of Q Edge. Where will it go? It will go to Q Vital, because Q Vital is designed for fundamental and peer analysis. I'll later on click all the icons and demonstrate. Let me go through the icon scheme first. If you see an icon with olive color, that doesn't do calculation. It is for highlighting stocks or focusing on a limited number of stocks. The heart icon is going to select the entire row of the stock or stocks which I have selected. And calculate is for the inside, calculate every category. Let me repeat again. Cyan color is going to keep me inside the application. Orange color is going to take me to another application. Olive color is for highlighting or focusing on certain rows. Let me go to sector now. This is another color scheme. Anytime we see a pink color icon, it is used to get data, refresh data or get data from outside. Here it is going to refresh the view of sector industry stock scorecard in Edge from cache. This is download from cache. We can also retrieve data from global scans, because that is also retrieving data in Q Vital. For example, there is an icon to retrieve data from the result of Q Global scan. Because it is again downloading data, color scheme is pink. Similarly, if I go to Q Finder, again I am able to download data from the signal long and signal short coming from Explorer, which is represented as binocular in Metastock. That is why here also it's pink color, and binocular means it is going to come from Metastock's Q Global scans. Back to Q Edge. Home I have covered already. The cog icon I have covered. Home takes me to home page of the current application and switches streaming on. Cog is for going to industry. Because now I am on the sector page, cog will take me to the underlying industries. Cog is for industry. Heart is for selecting a row, and now we have another olive color button. Olive color button is used to either highlight or focus. So if I want to look at only few of the sectors, I could highlight them and click the scissor icon. It will let me focus on only those. Sector percentage, similar to sector, the download from cache button, pink color. Home keeps in the application, goes to home of Q Edge. Cog goes to underlying industries. Because here I am pressing the cog icon from sector percentage, instead of taking me to industry scorecard, it will remember, it will know that I am pressing the cog button from sector percentage, and it will take me to industry percentage. On the other hand, if I press the cog button from sector tab, it will take me to industry tab, not industry percentage. However, though it will take me to industry tab, the industry percentage tab will also select only the underlying industries of the sector from which I am drilling down. Not only that, whenever I drill down from a sector to industry using the cog button, it also shows me only the stocks of that sector. All those are done automatically. It is designed to be intuitive, as if trying to anticipate what the trader is trying to do. Everything is done automatically, and the latest version is more smooth and faster. That was sector percentage tab. Now industry. Again, we have the download from cache. Any icon that is downloading data is pink color. Then we have the cyan color home. Home is going to take me to same application's home page. And now I have a stock peer analysis, but it is in the same family. Meaning if I am selecting one industry or multiple industry by clicking and dragging, or I can press Control click to select the ones where I see 0-day is looking cyan color. Control click all of them. I have selected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 industries. Now if I click the peer analysis in the same family, it will show me the stocks of those industries. Therefore, I could do for one particular industry, textiles. I could do for a number of industries by dragging, or I could select by control click something that I am seeing of interest and then click the show me stocks under the same family. Olive color buttons below that. Heart icon is going to highlight the selected rows. See sir, I have explained it will eliminate the other rows and let me focus on the selected rows. And number 10 is used to quickly highlight the top 10 rows. Top 10, how? Top 10 by whichever way they are displayed now. Currently I sorted by 0-day performance. You could do that by 5-day. You could do that by 1 month by double clicking on the column header. Whatever be the way your current data is displayed, 10 will simply highlight the top 10 rows. Therefore, currently I am selecting the 10 best performing industries across 1 month period. If I wanted to see top 10 industries over 12-month period, I could double click on the M12 column and click the 10 symbol. Now I could click the show me peer analysis in the same family button to go to the underlying stocks. For any column, I can double click to sort it and double click again to reverse the sort order. For sector, sector percentage, industry, and then industry percentage, we have the data for month 1 to month 12, and then because trading decisions are made in the recent periods, I have more frequent periods, 10-day, 5-day, 2-day, 1-day, and 0-day updates in real time. These scores from 0-day to month 12, they represent strength or weakness. Cyan is strength, magenta is weakness. It also shows the transition. And I just click the heart button to highlight the entire row for this industry, hotel, resorts, and rates. Now you can see that earlier it was weak, magenta color, tried to improve, weakened, tried to improve, and today it weakened and became the worst performer. There was a rapid decline in strength, and when that happens, the acceleration deceleration column shows us whether it is moving fast relative to others. Not only it is strength or weakness that is shown by the strength columns, strength or weakness columns, and the pace column show acceleration deceleration. Therefore, today hotel and resort rates is not only the worst performing, it is also the most decelerating. Just by looking at that, if somebody is holding stocks in this industry, may be cautious. Again, the strength columns or weakness columns are here and the acceleration deceleration columns are here. Normally I tend to look for trades from the strongest industries over 0-day or 5-day that will show the strongest industries, or sometimes I may look for buying opportunities from the most accelerating industries, either 0-day or 5-day. And some people I know, like Dr. Jeffrey, my good friend, he likes to look at 2-day period. That is also fine. It's up to the trader. One may look at the acceleration deceleration over 2 days, or the strength over 2 days. These operations are same whether I am using the sector percentage tab, sector tab, industry tab, or industry percentage tab. All of them have the acceleration deceleration as well as the strength columns. Next is industry percentage. Just like sector shows scorecard, sector percentage shows the actual percentage change. Industry shows scorecard, that is relative strength weakness, and industry percentage shows the actual percentage change. Industry percentage change icons are same as industry icons. Another thing that you may note, the pair of numbers against each column that shows the number of items up versus number of items down. So today I can see 21 industries are up, 127 down. I can see that from industry percentage tab, and I should be able to see that from industry tab also. 21 industries up, 127 down. Over 5 days, because it is market hours, now 5-day means previous 5 days, doesn't include today. Previous 5 days, 128 were up, 20 were down. Today it is weaker. That is how you read the pairs of numbers. It is available on the sector tab, sector percentage, industry percentage. And now let me go to stock tab. For the stock tab also, here we have the 0-day up and down numbers, 1-day, 2-day, 5-day. The stock tab is same using the same design in Q Edge, Q Vital, and Q Index. All of them are using the same design. So if I cover one, it will cover all the other applications also. First is the download from cache icon. Pink color means it is used for getting data. It is going to refresh from cache. Then the orange color icons, they take control outside the application. Chart is going to open the chart where my cursor is, either one or multiple charts. It is going to open in Q Global. This is orange color peer analysis. That means it is going to take me outside Q Edge. Where will it take me? Which application does peer analysis? Q Vital. So it is going to do a fundamental and peer analysis of Q Vital. Note that I may, let's say I want to see the best performing stocks of today. I could select anywhere in the row. If I select the top row and click the peer analysis, it is going to carry out the fundamental and peer analysis of this one single stock. And if I selected multiple rows, let me select the top 10. Now it is not going to do peer analysis. It's just going to calculate the fundamental scorecard of all these stocks, 10 top stocks. It will know whether one row is selected or more than one. If it is one, it will carry out fundamental and peer analysis of that stock. If I select multiple stocks, because they may be in different industries, different sectors, it does not know how to carry out peer analysis, what is the peer relation. Therefore, it will simply retrieve data from Refinitiv and calculate the scorecard. On the other hand, this icon here, it is not giving control outside the application. It is keeping inside. It is also finding peer stocks, but in the same family, that is same industry, and not taking control out. Therefore, what will it do? ICCYTK is the best performer. If I click this icon, it is going to show me all the peer stocks on this stock tab, on this application, QEdge, because the color is cyan. Let me click that. See, it gave me all the peer stocks of CYTK, all the peer stocks. It didn't take me to the QVital. Sometimes quickly you may want to see how the peer stocks are doing within the same application. It is available in QEdge, QVital, QIndex, all of them. On the other hand, let me refresh the data. I click the download from cache icon. I can again sort by 0-day performance by double clicking on the 0-day column. And now if I want to carry out a proper peer and fundamental analysis covering many more stocks, then you see I'm going to click the orange button and it is going to take me to QVital, and the instrument is already put in rootstock. Streaming mode is already on. It already retrieved data about the stock here and also business description. Now it is retrieving the peer list based on this relationship. For real life trading, you may use Industry Plus. To save time and bandwidth, I am using Industry at present, but for real life trading you may use Industry Plus. For USA market, if the exchange is very small like Singapore, you may use sector or even country, and fund managers may use global. It will show global stocks related to that stock. See what I did. I looked at QEdge, the best performing stock, and click the orange color. Orange color peer analysis means it will take me outside the application. Which application does peer analysis? QVital. So it took me to QVital, and here it already carried out the fundamental and peer analysis. Now I may go to the stock tab of QVital. I will come back to QVital icons later, and I can see all the biotech stocks here. 48 up today, 3 down. So biotech seems to be strong. Let me come back to QEdge. I demonstrated the use of these two applications. Why don't I also take this opportunity to see the chart of CYTK? To be able to see the chart, I need to go to Metastock Power Console. Only one time I have to do that. I have to choose the chart application and put the cursor in the instruments text box. Why? Because I may also create symbol lists in Metastock using the same interface. I can create symbol list using the code center interface, and I can open charts using the chart interface. So I have to choose the appropriate application and make sure my cursor is in the instrument text box, and then I may close it, no problem. Let me go back to QEdge. I saw this stock CYTK. I looked at its fundamentals. Let me click the heart icon to select it. I see valuation is medium, earnings growth is negative here in the last quarter, but it is biotech. Biotech may go up or down irrespective of fundamentals. Today it is up by 34%. Let me go back to QEdge, and I may put my cursor anywhere. Where is the logical place for me to put the cursor? In this case, the 0-day percentage, because I am focusing on the best performing stock. I may put here. I don't have to move my cursor to symbol code and click the chart icon. See, it's going to open the chart, and I used smart chart. Therefore, it is going to open with the daily template. You may close the charts after investigation one by clicking close or close all. I use close all, so you can use the menu bar or Alt F and E. That will close the charts. Let me go back to QH. These are the best performing stocks of today. Let me look at the top 10 performers. Therefore, I click the 10 button. I have the top 10 performers, and now I am going to click the chart. It is going to open all of them one by one. Once they are open in Q Global, I may use the Control Tab hotkey to go through the stocks quickly. This one is looking good. MYGN, Myriad Genetics. If it can close above the memory resistance, we may check it out with weekly, daily at a glance and see if any trade setup is applicable. Control Tab, next stock, RIG, Transocean. This is a bit high already from the recent low. What I say, it is not at an optimal point, so I'm going to skip it. I keep on pressing Control Tab like that. This one looks interesting. Just one glance will tell you which one is interesting, which one is not. The Q charts are designed like that. Yesterday it gave a cyan color candle. However, the memory resistance was there. Today it is breaking out. You may go through the stocks like this. You see, you will find several trade setups. This one, TTI, also looking good for a possible trend following. Whenever you see there is a possible trade setup, for example, this one, HTV, now you may use the template setup in the menu bar to look at the weekly, daily at a glance. This looks like giving a breakout trade setup, HVT. So we may now go to diary and do the position sizing. I'm going to close all the charts, Alt F E. If it asks me to save layout or not, no, I never want to save anything, neither in Q Global charts nor in Vital Age Index, nowhere. Only diary I save data. Coming back to stock tab. Stock tab of Q Edge, which is similar to the other stock tabs also in all the applications. I covered the download from cache, the external applications, chart and peer analysis, and peer analysis in the same family, and cyan color means it kept me inside QH. Home I have already covered, and cog is used to look at the industry. Suppose I find some interesting stock. Let me look at UFI. Why I looked at UFI and I want to see the entire row, the heart symbol, the select icon, highlight icon, my like icon is for that. Now I can easily read the earnings per share growth is excellent for 3 successive quarters, 100%, 140% and 375% great earnings growth in 3 quarters, and it is also undervalued. And I can see that's the use of the heart symbol. I can see because of the highlighting it has a short squeeze potential up by 12.8%. It is 57% below 52-week low and 58% above 52-week high in textile industry. Now I may want to look at its industry. I may highlight anywhere. Maybe I came to note this from earnings per share. I can highlight like this and click the cog. Cog and cyan color means it is going to keep me in the same application, and that is the right application because Q Edge has industry scorecard. Is going to show me the industry strength of the industry of that application, which is textiles. Instantly from the color coding I know that it is relatively strong, and if I want to know the industry's percentage change, the system is intelligent. When it came to show me the scorecard for textiles, it already selected the percentage change of that industry only. So I can see it is a massive up move, 12.9. Not only that, it also selected the sectors. I tend to say sector is very broad and may not be appropriate for making trading decisions. You may see consumer discretionary is actually down, and if you see the sector strength, it is not so strong. However, the industry is one of the best performer. Industry percentage change is very strong. Not only that, when I looked up the industry of this stock UFI, now if I go to stock tab, it is going to show me all the stocks from that industry. Unfortunately, in this example, we have only one stock. I think S&P 1500 may have only one textile stock. Let me demonstrate that facility feature again. I am going to refresh the data from cache. I click the pink color button. Let me look at airlines. No, not airlines. Let me sort by 0-day percentage change. Let me choose publishing. That's good. Publishing. I have a stock GCI and I want to check its industry strength because the stock is up by large percentage. I'm clicking the cog button. Cyan color means it's going to keep me in the application. Cog means industry. It showed me publishing, very strong. Not only that stock was going up sizably, industry is very strong. Industry percentage automatically selected, up by significant percentage so far. Sector is also selected, sector here and sector percentage. However, I don't usually look at sector percentage when I am coming up from the stock level because those will be too broad. I check the industry and industry percentage, and if I go to stock now, see, this is what I wanted to demonstrate. Not only did it take me to the industry, it automatically already selected the family stocks in the same industry in the stock tab. I see not all of them are up, right? The industry is strong because of this stock. Why don't I do a complete peer analysis? I may put my cursor anywhere on any of the rows, and the orange color peer analysis means it's going to take me outside the application. Which application does peer analysis? QVital. Orange color outside. Yes, because this is QH, orange is outside. So let me click. It's going to bring the rootstock GCI using the preset peer relationship. Again, for real life trading for USA market, please use Industry Plus. To save time, I'm choosing industry. It will do a peer analysis. Once the scorecard here is updated, I may click the peer analysis button here on QVital to look at the stocks. It's retrieving data. Now it is calculating something updated. Let us wait for the snapshot to be updated. Snapshot is there. I can click and now I can look at all the stocks. That is how you may transfer control from QH to QGlobal to QVital, or you may look up industry of a stock. You may look up the family stocks, that is same industry, from stock tab. Now there are a large number of smart filters. They allow me to quickly focus on some stocks that traders may be interested. Let me refresh the data first. Anytime one investigation is complete, for example, I might have completed investigation on the publishing stock, I'm going to refresh the data from cache. In cache, everything is calculating in real time. And if you notice, the date stamp would change whenever you refresh. The last time it was calculated in cache. Now let me explain the filters. Mostly this set of filters are my first go-to filters, and they are grouped. Let me also mention that this is one group of filters. They find star candidates for long or star candidates for short or trade candidate for long and short. Green in any of the filters means for long opportunity, red is for short opportunity. Star candidate means it will find preferable valuation and growth both. And trade candidate means at least one of them, preferable valuation or growth. Same for the short side. That is the group for finding trade opportunities, star candidate or trade candidate in terms of fundamentals, not technical but fundamentals. Then I have the second group for earnings growth. This group is also for earnings growth. Why too? In the USA market, stocks tend to announce quarterly earnings. So for those countries, use this group of earnings growth filters, whereas countries like Singapore, maybe Australia, India, they don't declare quarterly earnings always. For those stocks, those countries, we have to use yearly earnings data. That is why I had to design two sets of filters. This group is for yearly earnings growth, annual earnings growth, and this group is for quarterly earnings growth. And the first group is for valuation. Let me start with the star candidate. I have all the stocks. If I click the star candidate, see this millisecond is going to give me all the stocks that are today using real-time data from Zenith, undervalued as well as have earnings growth in the last quarter. The reset button is there against each group that will reset the smart filter for the entire group. So I click the reset and let me now find trade candidates long side. Now it has given me stocks that are either undervalued, or if you go down, there may be stocks that are not undervalued, but they will have robust earnings growth. Scrolling down, 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 you see, whenever the earnings growth, whenever the valuation is not undervalued, not cyan, those stocks are shown only if they have robust earnings growth in the last quarter. Those are also trading candidates long side. So trade candidate, at least one of the valuation or earnings growth should be there. Star candidate, both should be there. Let me reset again. Look at the short side. Let me reset. Let me look at the star candidates on the short side first. Those are all not undervalued. Those are all magenta, overvalued, poor valuation, overvalued, and also negative earnings growth. Those are star candidates short side. Reset again. Let me look for trade candidates short side. Those are either overvalued magenta, or if I double click again, you see these are not overvalued but have negative earnings growth in the last quarter. That is the use of the candidate group. Let me reset. Because I applied smart filter from only one group, I may click only this reset. Sometimes you may apply smart filter from multiple groups. I will demonstrate that later. Then to reset, you may reset multiple points, or easier is to just refresh from cache. So whenever an investigation is complete, we are able to refresh from cache. Now the data is back. Let me now show the use of the valuation group. Green is again bullish, red is bearish, and purple is not of the other buttons, not operations. So let me demonstrate. Green is going to give me all undervalued stocks. Some people like value buying, so these are all undervalued stocks. Red is going to give me overvalued stocks. We may be careful, and if we are holding long position, they become overvalued. Probably they are at a higher price, probably not always though. If they are at a higher price, we may protect profit. I will come back to the purple smart filters. Let me go to the earnings growth first. Some people want to buy stocks that are having consistent earnings growth across multiple quarters, 3 quarters. This button is going to give me those stocks. Remember, star candidate also gives me great earnings growth, but in the latest quarter. Whereas this earnings growth, you can see multiple currencies, so it is not giving trade candidate. Here it was star candidate or trade candidate. Here it is going to give me stocks that have earnings growth for how many quarters? 3 quarters. This button is going to show me stocks that has improving earnings growth. Sometimes stocks will start to move up. Maybe the earnings growth is still negative or barely positive, but it is improving. you may start to prospect stocks from that. So this will give you improving, thumbs up is improving earnings growth. And sometimes you may want to look at not only improving but turning from negative to positive. Means what? Means the company was losing money, now it is starting to make money. So you could go to those stocks directly. And then on the downside, 3 quarters successive negative earnings growth or reducing earnings growth. It may still be positive, but reducing is thumbs down. And reversal means from positive it was making money to now it is losing money. Let me demonstrate that. And you see how fast it will do. These are all the stocks having very robust earnings growth in 3 successive quarters. I may reset a single group using this reset button. Now I'm looking for improving earnings growth. See, this one is still having negative earnings growth, but it is improving. And now you may see which stocks are going up from that list today. You can see CBL instantly. Interesting, no? This is improving and became positive and it is up by significant percentage. But it is not having robust earnings growth for 3 quarters. It is improving and turned from negative to positive. That was the use of this third filter under earnings growth category. So I reset it and now see I'm going to click this icon that is going to find me stocks that reverse from negative to positive earnings growth. And you see CBL has come. Similarly on the downside, 3 quarters negative earnings growth and I'm clicking the reset button. This is reducing earnings growth. It may be positive but reducing. And then the last one, not only reducing but reversing from positive to negative. The exact same functions are available for yearly earnings growth. Therefore, it is going to give me 3 years of robust earnings growth here, the first button. Second one, improving yearly earnings growth. Third one, not only improving but changing from losing money to making money. And then the red buttons for the opposite categories. 3 years of successive negative earnings growth. Okay, let me reset first. This is decreasing yearly earnings growth, maybe positive but decreasing. And if I use the third filter, it is not only decreasing but switching from making money to losing money in the yearly periods. Again, this group is for earnings growth yearly category and this group is for earnings growth quarterly period. Now let me explain the use of the purple buttons. Sometimes you may look for robust earnings growth stocks. Okay, now I might have applied filter multiple times. To simplify things, just click the refresh from cache button. It's going to reset everything, get the data, and you can see the timestamp was 13/14/41 is now 13/24/41 because cache was always updating the data. Now let me demonstrate again the use of the purple buttons. I am looking for high growth stocks. These are all high growth stocks for 3 quarters. However, I don't want these stocks that are already overvalued. Valuation is magenta. So this button is overvalued. So this button is going to give me overvalued stock and this purple shows not function. So this is not overvalued, not exhausted. Let me click that. See, so now I don't have any stock left that is overvalued, no magenta color here. That is the purpose of designing it. Again, let me demonstrate that, repeat that operation. I refresh the data from cache. I am looking for high growth stocks for 3 quarters. Therefore, I click this button, this one. Now there are some stocks that are already overvalued. I don't want them. I want the cyan colors in valuation or yellow that is not overvalued, and the purple color is not operation. So this is not overvalued. I am going to click on this. Now I have good stocks again. Not only robust earnings growth, but valuation is not overvalued. And I may look at the undervalued one or the yellow one because they have robust earnings growth. The yellow valuation is also okay. Let me reset again. Now, suppose I am looking for the shorting candidate. So I am looking for negative earnings growth for 3 quarters, but I don't want to short stocks that are already having cyan valuation, already undervalued. So I want to short because negative earnings growth, but I don't want to short undervalued stocks. Again, the purple color is not, the fully charged battery is undervalued, so not undervalued. I may click this. See, the cyan color stocks went away. Now these stocks are having negative earnings growth and valuation is either overvalued on the or the middle, in the middle, and I am able to short them. That is how the smart filters are designed with traders' needs in mind, not just for the sake of creating it. Again, the first group that I tend to go to is the, for finding trades for that day, I go to star candidate. If I don't find anything, I go to trade candidate. If I am prospecting stocks, then I may go to the other categories. You will find many interesting combinations. For example, let me see, undervalued stocks. So I click this button, undervalued stocks. Now let me find stocks with improving earnings growth. My computer is slowing down. I'm clicking this thumbs up button here. So undervalued stock and improving earnings growth. So these are all improving earnings growth. If I wanted not only that, but also earnings growth in the quarterly period changing from negative to positive, I may click this. So now I have all the stocks that are now making money in this quarter, was losing money in the previous quarter, and now they are having robust earnings growth. Now these are fundamentally strong stocks in a way, you can say, undervalued and earnings growth turned positive. What if I wanted to run a scan on them? I may select all of them using the keyboard. Remember, I told this button can be used to open charts or create a symbol list. Let me demonstrate the creation of symbol list part. In Metastock Power Console, now instead of choosing chart application, I'm going to choose Code Center. And again, make sure your cursor is on the instruments box. I come back to Q Edge. All these symbols are selected. Now if I click, see, it is going to create a symbol list in Code Center. I am not interested in seeing the price performance here. QH, QVital is much more intuitive, much more detailed, much more informative, but I'm going to save the symbol list. Usually I use a single name watch list and save. I keep on overwriting it. So I don't like to manage my symbol list. I have real-time data. I don't manage usually. I just create the symbol list, and these are fundamentally strong. See what I'm going to do now. I'm going to go through those stocks. I closed Code Center, go to chart. See, this is my list. Every day I use the same list. I'm going to open one of them at a time. Because I'm going to open one of them, I'm going to use the weekly daily at a glance template. I opened the first chart. If I find trading opportunity, I will stop. Otherwise, I'll use Alt right arrow to go through the list. Now, there are 50, 60, sometimes more stocks. This is not the best way, isn't it? So what instead I may do, if the list had only 4 5 stocks, I might go through them. If it is 50, 100 stocks, like in this case, why don't I run the Explorer? I may run the individual explorers because these are bullish. I may only run the bullish ones, that is long bounce, long box, up to long headwind. Or I could just run the QFinder signal long. Let me run QFinder signal long. That will find all the bullish signals, and I'm going to choose my watch list. 52 stocks, use daily period. only one is selected, 1500 data to load, and I'm starting the Explorer. 50 stocks, therefore it will not take much time. You see, real time is also quite fast. Now the data is there in the tabular form, but it doesn't make sense. We have to put it in Q Finder to visualize it. So I right click in the table, copy all, going to Q Finder. Remember, pink color button is for getting data from outside. There is an Explorer button in the long tab here, one for short tab. Suppose I go to short tab and click the Explorer button. See what happens. It says, please run QFinder signal short, and then copy the tabular data, right click all, then come to this and click the Smart Paste. It gave me the message because I didn't get the data for the short scan, long scan. So it understands where from the data is coming to. Remember not to try to paste the data using Control V or right click paste. Please don't do that, because this binocular does some validation and does some calculation, and the formatting will be intact if you use the binocular. So appropriately, the binocular on short tab said no, that data is not for me. If I go back to long tab, you may click the binocular. There is a X icon, an X icon. You may click that, but not required. If you click X, it will erase everything first, but not required. You may save your keystroke. Just click the binocular. It will get the data for those stocks. And I say only some of them are up. So I don't need to go through 50 stocks. Let me go through only these few stocks. And now again in Q Finder, by now you know the icons. This one is for getting data, pink color. This one does peer analysis. Orange color means take me outside. It has to, of course, take me outside. Finder doesn't do any kind of peer analysis. Who does peer analysis? Vital. Therefore, it will take me to Vital. And this one will open the chart. Fundamentally, these are already strong. Therefore, I don't need to go to Q Vital. Instead, I'm going to select the stocks in any way I want and click the chart. Now, before clicking chart, remember, I have to go to Q Global and make sure I am on the chart app, not on Code Center, not on Explorer, chart app, and my cursor is here. Again, that is to be done only once, not every time you open charts. I go back to Q Finder, click the chart. Okay, in this case, my default template was weekly daily. I would have changed it, but no problem. It's not so many stocks, therefore it's still going to open. And some of them may look interesting, may not be ready to buy. CVS, there is another memory resistance. I like to open with single chart because I can use the control tab hotkey. Now I cannot use the control tab hotkey because I opened with dual charts. I have to close every dual template one by one. This one not ready yet, maybe ready. This one may be of interest, PLCE, but too much down in the price range. I'm not seeing any trade there. This one may be a good breakout setup. UTHR. UTHR. It's fundamentally strong. That's how we selected it. It is breaking out. If somebody bought it, maybe not my style though, but Q systems may be used by different traders with different styles. If somebody wanted to buy this stock, today may be a good day with stop just below maybe this yellow candle slow. Weekly is strong. Daily is breaking out. UTHR. Okay, let me close. This one is up too much. Some people may like it. It is breaking out from the weekly watermark, not my style. But you can see all the stocks in this manner. But what is my preference? Let me close all of these layouts. My preference is when I'm choosing multiple stocks and looking at them at a time, choose smart chart or choose the Q default or entry template, daily template. Make sure your cursor is in the instruments box. Let me go back to Finder. Now see, it will be much easier. My stocks are selected. Just click the chart button, it is going to open those few charts. And now it's much easier. I just press Ctrl Tab to go through them. And UTHR looked interesting. Now close all, Alt F, E, or you can go to File menu, close all. Everything is closed. If UTHR was looking interesting, now let me come to the stock. We know the stock United Therapeutics. Click the heart icon to see the entire row. What do I see before opening the chart? Before going anywhere, before opening the chart itself, I could see it is at price extreme high. So it's a stock that is breaking out from high level. Some people like to trade those. Yes, it is breaking out. It also gave a cyan color candle, flow color cyan, that's good. And it also touched a memory support today. Also there is a reversal candle. Sometimes when you read the chart, you don't notice everything. You may come back here, come to the stock like this, anywhere you can click. You may click the heart icon and now read everything. Now I am reading more information. Not only breakout, not only price extreme, has a flow color candle, touched memory support and a reversal candle. Let's look at the chart again. Yes, now we can see it touched a memory support, this one, breaking out, cyan color candle shown by the ribbon. Everything is shown there, and a reversal candle, right? This is the reversal dot, meaning it went below previous day's low and then went above previous day's high. Everything sometimes we miss from the chart. We can read it from the Vital. Let me, sorry, not from Vital, from Finder. Now I found a stock that some people like to buy, maybe breakout at from a high price. Now is the time probably to do a complete peer analysis. So I am going to click the orange color. Orange means is going to take me to another app which app does peer analysis, QVital. So it is doing a complete peer analysis and it has already selected biotech. While it is retrieving the peers, I may click the cog icon to check up the industry first. Industry is looking great. And remember, when I pressed the cog icon from QVital is orange color. That means cog will take me out of QVital. Of course, it has to do that because cog is for industry. Industry analysis scorecard is only in QEdge. So cog icon took me to QEdge. I can click it again. QEdge, it showed me the industry. Not only that, it automatically selected industry percentage, also biotech, high percentage up move today. It also selected the sector, healthcare percentage as well as sector tab, and I tweeted earlier healthcare is, at that time healthcare was the only sector that was up, and you can see it is the best performer. Anyway, sector is too broad. Not only that, it also selected the stocks in biotech in QH, whichever is there. However, I may not need it because I already ran QVital. I got many stocks, 50. If I change to Industry Plus, I would have many more. Now I can click the peer analysis in QVital also. In this manner, you may navigate back and forth between the applications seamlessly. You will not need to use Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V. And now the performance is faster and it's very smooth transition from one app to another. So I think I covered everything in QEdge. Let me go through QVital quickly. Now you already know the things. QVital home, I'm pausing it. You already know the buttons. This is home. It will take me to home and switch on streaming here for this app. This is going to carry out peer analysis. We know any picture with people going to do peer analysis. Cyan color means it is going to keep me in the applications. Of course, it will keep it because it's QVital is going to keep me in the application. So it will basically take me to the stock tab. Pause and play, we already know. Cog will take me to QEdge. Chart will take me to Q Global Charts, and there is another binocular button in QVital. We saw the binocular button in QFinder. Finder. Where is it's taking time to load QFinder. QFinder had the binocular button for getting the data from the Explorer, signal long, signal short to do detailed technical signal analysis. However, any signal in any scan, whether Q signal long, let me copy all, this data can go to Q vital also directly. Suppose I found these stocks, maybe from signal long or maybe from breakout scan. This was not run today, but whenever you run it, suppose you find some stocks where you have possible technical signal. Instead of opening all of them 113, you right click, copy all. You do fundamental analysis first. You go to vital. Please don't use Control V. Press the binocular button. It's going to do some checking and then put the data in custom list. Because there were many stocks, it's going to put the stocks in custom list, and it has switched streaming on already. It is retrieving the data. Remember, this icon is for doing peer analysis. From the picture we know that, from cyan color we know it is going to keep me in QVital. Let me click that, the data is updated. It's going to take me to stock tab, and now I have all the smart filters that I explained again. So I may just look for star candidates. There are a number of stocks, but I also want to look at stocks. This was actually a breakout result from yesterday, Friday's close. I see these two stocks are up today and they might have broken out yesterday. So now I may look at these two charts. And remember, before looking at charts, I am going to go to chart, put my cursor on the instruments and choose a single chart template. Smart chart is also okay. Now I go back to QVital. I am highlighting only these two cells. Remember, I don't have to highlight everywhere or on the symbol. Click the chart. I'm going to open those two stocks, and VIPS broke out yesterday. Memory line is broken now, but it's going up. This also broke out yesterday, PLAC. The broken memory resistances don't show up in global, but you may be able to see them in Q Elite. I have TraceStation running on another monitor. Let me drag it to this monitor. VIPS, see, it broke out yesterday. That's what I mentioned. The scan result that I used was for breakout stocks yesterday. And in fact, it broke out right after open. You could run it in real time, take a position probably yesterday, just when it was coming out of early range high. Or here is a 5-minute chart. So the second bar, somewhere here you could enter the trade and continue to hold it. Were there enough reasons? Yes, VIPS fundamentally is great. Again, click the heart icon to highlight the entire row. Great valuation, great secondary valuation, excellent earnings growth for 3 quarters, good earnings quality. Earnings is coming 20th May, so there is some time. So fundamentals are great. Now I may look at its industry. Remember the cog icon? Cog icon is to go to industry. Orange means it's going to take me to another applications. Another why? Because this is Q Vital. Industry is in Q Edge. Cog is in Q Edge. So it took me to the industry. Industry was weak for some period. Today it improved. It is showing acceleration. It weakened, but today it is doing better. Industry percentage, if I check, it is positive today. And it also showed me the sector, but as I mentioned, sector I am not interested in. It also showed me the stocks, but I am not interested really in the stocks from this. I may look at them. It's a quick way to look at them. Instead, now VIPS is selected. I am going to click this button. It's going to do a peer analysis of this stock. So it is, see, earlier my breakouts were from many different industries. I found an interesting stock, VIPS, great fundamental, breaking out yesterday, today going up. Check the industry is still positive. Now I'm doing a complete peer analysis of the stock. And if you keep it industry plus, it will bring even more stocks. Once the data is updated, I have the snapshot, then I will do a peer analysis in QVital. That is the detailed approach. If you want a quick and dirty method, then you could go to QEdge and look at the pair stocks from QH. It's retrieving the data and you get the idea. Let me go back to the stock tab. I think I explained all the buttons. There is another button, orange color, that is going to take me to Q index if these were indices. But these are not indices, these are stocks. So if I click anywhere, click the Q index button, it is not doing anything. Let me demonstrate that quickly. It's already about 1 hour plus. There are multiple Reuters indices. I may select all of them, go to home, paste it here. Now I am not interested in doing a peer analysis. I am looking at the indices. The Reuters indices are not updated in real time by Reuters. They are updated at end of day. So we can see yesterday, Friday, which ones were strongest. So it is updated. I am going to go to stock tab. These are not stocks, so we don't have data here. But let me see on Friday which one was strongest. This one. Now, which one is this index? I may not know from the code. Now I click the Q index button. Remember, orange is for taking me to another application, and the hierarchy is showing constituents, not a peer relationship like number of people. It's a constituent analysis tree hierarchy. So I'm clicking that. Now it took me to Q index. Remember, Q index has a number of built-in indices. However, you can analyze any index, and sometimes you may get the index from the other system. Sometimes the index constituents may give error. That's fine. That's based on whatever data is coming. We don't have to worry about that. Once the data is updated, I can see some index statistics, just like I could see for NASDAQ, SPY, etc. 80% of the stocks up in this index. What is the index? This is, by the way, today's data. Though the index itself is not updated in real time, the constituent stocks access we have, and therefore that is updated. So this was strongest index on Friday, healthcare price return index, and I can see 80% stocks are up. Now I can go to the constituents, and index also has the same stock tab, same smart filters. I may look at the star candidates and see which ones are up even today. OMI. I may now look at its charts, click the chart. It is telling close me all Metastock charts. So let me do that. Go back, click the chart. This is having a nice trade setup, isn't it? And how did I find this? I found it from index analysis using QVital. I found the best performing index of Friday, then looked at its constituents. It's still doing good today, and I found the star trading candidates in there in terms of fundamentals. This was the one that was moving most from Q index. I found that 13% today. I looked at the chart. Now is the time to look at the industry. It's in healthcare distributors. See the cog icon? I can click the cog icon. Orange color is going to take me to another application, that is QH, healthcare distributors. Great. From the sand color, I can see that percentage is also positive. And as I mentioned, the stocks of that industry are also selected. If I wanted to do a complete peer analysis, I could click on the orange color. Again, peer analysis, orange means is going to take me to QVital. Now I am going to do a complete peer analysis of healthcare distributor stocks using OMI, the one that is going up most today. Today going up most, but among the constituents of the index. If I want to find the ones going up in the entire list of peer stocks, then for now I'm just changing to industry plus. Now see, it has retrieved many more stocks. Now I may find the real best performer from a peer analysis. So I started with index, and you can do many of these combinations and permutations and navigate between them seamlessly. Designed for traders. In the beginning, you may use only some of the functions. I demonstrated some of them, but you may be able to find your own ways. doing many more things. Very powerful, very real time. Now if I go to peer list, now let's see the best performers. That was indeed the best performer. There are some other strong stocks also. Again, you may look at the star candidates, only one. So sometimes you may end up with the stock that you started with in the first place, OMI. The other thing that I mentioned earlier many times, I didn't cover today, the best performing growth and best performing value. Sometimes these two categories are enough to find trends. I demonstrated many workflows possible, many techniques. Finally, whichever workflow you use, you will always end up with stocks that have great earnings growth, hopefully, or at least earnings growth or valuation. One of them has to be good. Great industry, increasing strength is great or accelerating, and also a technical setup. Let me finish the session today. I hope it was useful to demonstrate the different ways you can combine the systems, and also I wanted to explain all the icons, and now it has come to a steady state in terms of color scheme, in terms of picture. You know from the color scheme and the pictures, the way I mentioned, what an icon is going to do. That is all that I plan to share in today's session. Thank you for attending. I look forward to seeing you in my next session. Have a great day, have a great week, and trade profitably. Thank you.